This is Valley News Live at noon.
Well, we've been dealing with poor air quality on and off for a while now, and today could be one of the worst for some in the valley. We're hearing that smoke and haze is especially affecting people in our Minnesota counties. So let's get right over to Summer Snellbach with our first look at our conditions. Hey, Summer.
Good afternoon, Brian, and happy Tuesday to everyone out there. We are definitely dealing with some wildfire smoke and haze nearing the surface, as the last couple days it's been more aloft in our atmosphere. It's making its way down, and this is a live look at our Home of Economy Skycam network in Grand Forks, where you can see the background is blurry and obscured due to the haze. We have cloud cover and we have lingering fog for some as well, so tricky conditions for our afternoon. Here's a look at the latest air quality index. We have some areas in Minnesota, central Minnesota, that are exceeding the categories that are in place. The purple indicates very unhealthy, while this deeper, let's call it a plum color, is hazardous. So if you are in this region throughout central and northern Minnesota, stay inside for today. The air quality is just so poor. An air quality index is in effect for northern Minnesota, these areas shaded in black, through 9 o'clock Wednesday morning. And a reminder, North Dakota does not issue these air quality alerts, so that's why we do not have one in place. And the fog, the smoke, even some rain showers are impacting our visibility down to 0.8 miles in Bemidji, 1.3 miles in Thief River, and in Hallock as well. Just take a look at this one near Red Lake, Minnesota Highway 89, seeing terrible air quality and very hazy looking conditions.
So it just looks, well, absolutely stunning. Look at this webcam video. You can just tell that you can barely see across the road as well.
Exactly. It's very difficult travel due to, again, the haze and some lingering fog.
Gotta be extra careful, of course. Thank you, Summer. And we wanted to show you this video captured on our KVLY tower in Blanchard, North Dakota. During yesterday's storms, you can see lightning strike the 2,000-foot tower. Our engineers said it was a double strike, but no services were disrupted. And they say with a tower that tall, it's expected to get hit by lightning every once in a while. Wow.
And incredible that we actually caught it on video. Very cool that our engineers were able to catch that for us.
Perfect timing for everything, too. Perfect. Thank you, Summer. Thank you for our engineer for getting that video. Now, people are out surveying crop damage and cleaning up after the wild weather. This video was shared by Dustin Nedham. He's showing us sugar beets between Baxton, North Dakota, over to Climax, Minnesota. And also near Buxton, Ashley Herdervig, sharing photos of trees and large branches down. This large one is down on the property, and he also says that one broke off onto the roof. The high winds and rain also did some damage in the Mayville area. The storm rolled through, and that was pulling down this tree at the Mayville Golf Course. Well, new for you at noon, a historic flight. Jeff Bezos has fulfilled a childhood dream of launching into space on his own rocket. He becomes the latest billionaire to do so. Skylar Henry shows us this morning's journey to space and back.
Engine start. 2, 1.
Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos and his team made history this morning, blasting off to outer space. The first human passengers on his company's fully automated rocket.
I felt peaceful and serene and calm.
Surprisingly natural.
Surprisingly natural.
Yeah.
The Amazon founder was accompanied by his brother Mark, 82-year-old aviation trailblazer Wally Funk, and an 18-year-old Dutch student. Funk, who trained with the Mercury astronauts in the 60s, and Dutch teenager Oliver Damon are now the oldest and youngest people ever to fly in space. During the approximately 10-minute trip, they experienced majestic views and several minutes of weightlessness before returning to Earth.
We set out to create the safest human spaceflight vehicle ever designed or built or operated.
Bezos' space flight comes on the heels of fellow billionaire Richard Branson's launch earlier this month, ushering in a new era of commercial space travel.
These are not inexpensive flights. Only very rich people or governments are going to be able to put people on board for a long time. So the question is, can they sustain this as a new marketplace and keep it going long enough for economies of scale to kick in and prices to come down?
After a smooth landing, the excited and jubilant crew celebrated on solid ground. Bezos wants Blue Origin to go to the moon and ultimately colonize the cosmos. Today was just the first step. Skylar Henry, CBS News.
The Blue Origin plans 2 more launches this year, the first one scheduled for sometime this fall. Well, thieves are back at it along the Potato Lake north of Park Rapids, Minnesota, and the sheriff's office is asking for help finding who's responsible. They say there was a series of thefts from Saturday to yesterday. Burglars took things like fishing rods, tackle boxes, and depth finders. Contact the Hubbard County Sheriff's Office if you have any information. The NTSB is in Rochester, Minnesota to investigate a deadly plane crash. A crop dusting helicopter went down in a field about 10 miles northeast of the city. Witnesses say the plane had been in the area most of the day, spraying crops when the chopper blades got caught in some power lines, causing the helicopter to crash and catch fire. The pilot was from Texas. Well, local pools are seeing a major lifeguard shortage, a trend that's happening all across the country. And centers like the YMCA say they could really use more certified lifeguards. The shortage is cutting down pool hours and limiting access to certain pools here in the valley. And to be a lifeguard, you have to be at least 15 years old and take the American Red Cross lifeguarding course. It's a 3-day weekend course that will get you certified for 2 years, including a pre-swim test for distance swimming, getting weighted objects from the bottom of the pool, and treading water. Anyone that applies will get an interview at the YMCA.
When anyone applies, they at least always get that phone call interview, and we kind of talk about the position. I explain kind of the day-to-day. I kind of see if they'd be a good fit. Then we always bring them in to at least meet them face to face.
Now, the standard summer hours at the Y have changed because of the shortage. They say adding more lifeguards could allow them to be open more. Staff hopes to expand their hours by fall. You can head to valleynewslive.com to apply. Now, if you're out enjoying the weather this evening, mosquito spraying will be happening in Dilworth. Weather permitting, spraying will start at 8. If they're not able to spray, it'll be tomorrow at the same time. Now, to limit contact with the pesticide, people are urged to stay indoors, shut the windows, bring pet food and water bowls inside, and cover or remove children's outdoor toys. Then just stay off the treated area until the pesticide is dry. Now, if you're in need of a new You Can Get a Haircut today for free. It's a partnership between Joseph's School of Hair Design and the Salvation Army. They started doing this last year to help people in need in the community. You can just head to the Salvation Army parking lot at 304 Robert Street now until 2 this afternoon. Navy Week continues, and today with several events planned where you can meet sailors and take part in volunteer efforts. This morning they handed out summer lunches to area kids. And right now they're talking with staff and veterans at the Fargo VW. Later today, the sailors are volunteering at Habitat for Humanity Restore and visiting the Roger Maris Cancer Center. For the full list of events, you can head to valleynewslive.com. Well, coming up at noon, the latest on huge fires burning in the west. Wildfire smoke is so intense you can even see it from space. And the weather's still making it a challenge for many because of the air quality here in our neck of the woods. Summer Snowblock has a look at your weather. That's up next.